All right. Looking back at 6th and 7th grade, I made a lot of decisions to please my friends. Not only me, but the majority of us did too. For instance, in 6th grade, my friends persuaded me to go and make fun of a fellow classmate because of the way she dressed. Even though I felt incredibly guilty about it, that didn't stop me from persisting. I knew in the pit of my stomach that what I was doing was wrong, but I was too caught up in pleasing my friends that I neglected to think about how she felt. I ended up really upsetting her, and I later went and apologized. I thought about my outrageous action for weeks and couldn't figure out where I had found that malicious will to tease her, until one day it hit me like a bullet to the chest. The reason I had done it was because I cared more about making my friends happy as opposed to not only doing the right thing, but what was right for me. At the time, I thought I was being selfish, but as I have grown, I realized that the difference between being selfish and thinking of your needs before others is a thick, black line. When you are selfish, you lack consideration of others. Taking care of your own needs before others is when you make a decision that will positively impact yourself as a whole. It may not be the easiest solution, but will prove to be the smartest one in the end. I got a little upset with myself that I was letting myself do this, but I realized that I did make an important decision for me that had positively impacted my life a few years ago. I had done gymnastics for a little over 6 years, and in those 6 years, I put hundreds of hours into working my way up, level by level, until I was able to start competing. Oh, and it didn't stop there. I began putting even more hours and commitment into the sport until I reached my breaking point. Gym time increased and social time decreased. I rarely got to see my friends outside of school, and eventually I just plain out lost interest in the sport. I wanted to quit and try something new, but I feared the disapproval of my parents because of the amount of money and commitment they had put in as well. But I knew I had to tell them. I needed to put my foot down and make this decision for myself. So I went and I talked to them, and they were more than supportive of my choice. At the end of the day, I was proud that I advocated for myself and made the right choice. We can all relate to a time like this because we've all had to make those choices that maybe weren't what would make others happy, but would be the right decision for us. After I realized I was doing this, I had been doing my best to make decisions that would make me happy and not just the people around me. Recently, a test came along to see if I was actually improving on this challenge. I went to hang out with a few friends outside of Raleigh Hills Elementary, and we were having a great time goofing around and watching Modern Family reruns when one of them decided to bring out drugs and offer it to my friends and I. 3 of them decided to join in, and I was the only one left who hadn't taken any yet. One of them spoke up and said that they were completely unharmful, and that if I didn't do it, they would tell everybody else that I was a backstabbing chicken. I remembered when I had put my foot down about gymnastics and thought to myself, if I did it then, why can't I do it now? And so I did. I said I had absolutely no desire to, got up, walked out the front door, and called my mom. To this day, I still think to myself that I could have succumbed to peer pressure and taken them, but then I remember, oh yeah, I didn't. And with eyes forward, I prepared to tackle the next challenge that comes my way, with confidence that I will make a decision that is right for me. Not only have I stepped up to the plate and put my foot down, but every single person in this class has as well. In the beginning of the school year, we all made choices that we look back on today and say, what in the world was I thinking? But without those mistakes, we wouldn't be the people we are today. We have all grown in our own individual ways and will continue growing until the day we die. We have all matured and can honestly say that we are turning into young adults. We will leave 8th grade knowing that no matter where we go, no matter what we do, and no matter where we end up, there will always be choices we are going to have to make. But the thing in the end that matters the most is being aware that not only do the choices we make affect people around us, but it affects who we are. And that sometimes saying no can, in a small way, mean a big, fat yes.